the verse says, he who believes on him shall by no means be put to shame because of the choices of action. Remember, you were called onto and set apart by the Spirit onto obedience. If you're obedient, there can be no shame. If you're obedient, there can be no shame. When is there shame? When you're disobedient. When do your children act ashamed and embarrassed because you told them not to do something, they did it anyway, and it blew up in their face, and now they don't know what to do and they don't know what to say because they're ashamed, and their head hangs down a little bit and they're staring at the floor. But if they did what you said, if they followed instruction, even if it didn't work, there's no shame because they did their part the way you said. And they can come up to you and say, Mom, Dad, whatever, even a boss at a job, hey, I did what you said, and somehow it went bad. Okay, now you're not blaming the person above. You're simply saying, I tried to implement what you said, and there's no shame in saying, I did it the best that I can, and something went wrong somewhere. Maybe I messed it up, or maybe I missed a step, but there's no shame in that. Now, when you actively choose, though, to ignore a step or part of the instructions, and then it goes bad, you know deep down that you messed it up. That you cut corners or took a shortcut or did something because you just felt like you were smarter than whoever it was. And then it goes bad. Tell me how wonderful you feel when you know that you have, absolutely owned that you purposely thought you were smarter than whoever was instructing you, and you went and did your way and it blew up in your face. Tell me how good you felt. Now you're totally embarrassed. You're totally ashamed, and you don't even want to face the person because you know you usurped that authority, you did what you wanted to do, and it blew up. And now you're embarrassed because there's shame now. If you follow the instruction, you feel bad if it blows up, but you don't have the shame or the guilt. You just say, I don't know what happened. I tried to do what you said, and something went wrong. You know what I'm talking about? It's a different feeling. But when you have to go, and you probably don't even have a hesitation too much, unless you know the person has a temper problem, whatever, but usually you don't have a hesitation problem to go to somebody and say, look, I feel bad, something broke, something didn't work, something went wrong, but I tried to do it the way you said, and it just, maybe I missed something, whatever, I just want to let you know what I did so you can help me, right? As opposed to, I don't want to talk to them because they're going to realize when I talk to them that I did it my way, which wasn't their way, and then it blew up in my face. And then it went bad. And now I have to own when they say to me, well, how come you didn't do it the way I told you to? Because I thought I was smarter than you? You're not going to say that. Because I was too lazy, because it was more work, we have a million excuses and reasons why we do it. All you're going to want is the conversation to end and crawl into a box because you just are not wanting to be in that embarrassing, shameful moment because you know you did it. And you got to own that. But you don't want to own that. So what do? You'll blame everything but owning it. You'll make every excuse. You'll even especially blame the person that gave, well, you didn't tell me that, or you didn't tell me this, and blah, 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 blah. You just make all these excuses. Meanwhile, the person knows full well they did tell you. Then you argue over whether or not they told you. Husbands, wives, you know what I'm talking about? You're not even arguing about what happened. You're arguing about whether or not the person said anything. Well, I told you. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. There's all this screaming. That's why we should, all of us need body cams, like the police. Especially when husbands and wives are interacting, have a body cam, because you'll need to go back to the videotape to find out what everybody actually did say.